Hello and welcome back guys. Now in this video we'll be learning about filter function which will help us delete an element inside an array. Alright, so now it's very simple and easy. I'm gonna add a onClick function, but before that I'm just going to create a function which will be from the name of delete element. Alright, delete element, and which will take one value. Alright, and now we'll write some code to basically remove an element from an array. Yeah, basically in our case to-do list. Alright, so now one more thing that you have to write over here is key. So I'm gonna write index. So if you do not add this thing, JavaScript will basically throw a error or something like that. Right over here, I'm just gonna write onClick this thing. Alright, and inside this onClick, I'm gonna basically call this particular delete element. Alright, and I'm gonna pass the single item, and I'm just going to console log this particular value. Alright, so now let me remove this console log that we are seeing over here, so it will be very clear and straightforward. Alright, so now if I write something over here, I'm literally gonna write something. So this is being added, but if I clicked something, this is being called. So if I click my very first task, this is being called. So now the algorithm that we will be writing is very simple. I'm going to explain it to you. So the value that we are receiving from the function, so we will take that particular value, take the value from the parameter that we are receiving from this function, and then next step is to remove that element from the array. Alright, it's very simple and easy. Remove that element from an array. So for this we'll be using a filter function. For now, take the value from the parameter and remove that element from the array. So it's very simple. So I'm going to create an array, const array, and I'm going to use this to-do list dot filter. So like map, filter will also have a callback function which will also return a value, index, and an array. Alright, so I'm gonna write value, index, it is more like a single value, and an array. Alright, so right over here I'm gonna write return. Alright, return, and I'm gonna write, okay, I'm not gonna use this HTML over here. I'm just going to write value is not equal to value. Alright, so it will have some issues because we are already having this parameter value over here. So I'm just going to change this thing to single value, which is nothing but a single to-do list. So it will go ahead and loop all of these values that we are seeing over here, and it will return the values which is not equal to the value that is coming from this particular function parameter. Alright, so I know it sounds confusing, but it is very simple once you know how filter function works. So basically in this line of code, so I'm trying to filter this array. I'm using this dot filter, and this dot filter will automatically return 3 parameters. And right over here I'm checking this function, I'm checking return single value, if the single value of this element, so if there are, it will just go loop through all of these things, and it will return all of the values which is not equal to the value that I got from the parameter. So So now let me just click this thing. Just look at this console log very closely. Right, my fourth task. So as you can see, my fourth task is getting removed from this array. So if I write this thing, this thing is getting removed, my very first task. That is how it works. So now it is every time I'm writing this thing, it is using the set to do list to basically it's basically getting removed from that to do list. So now what we have to do after receiving this array, it's very simple and straightforward. Right, set to do list, pass in the array. So now if I do this thing, boom, there you go. There you have your very first to-do list application. It's very simple and straightforward, guys, and it's very easy to make. All right. So in this function, basically in this whole section, what I was trying you to teach is the use state, use effect, and higher order functions like map and filter. I hope that you understood this thing. If not, by the end of this course, I'll be also giving you a few interview questions that are asked in a React.js interview. So you can basically, I'm just going to speak about filter and map function in very much detail in those two videos. All right. So see you all guys over there. Till then, goodbye and take care.